Oh,
Just click on your presentation.
there. Okay. I think I got it, y'all. Okay.
Hi, I'm Manina Saunders, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I followed Renee from Well Diva Lifestyles Travel through Facebook. I found out about her on social media. This is my first time in Morocco. It has been the most amazing experience. We've met a lot of lovely ladies and gentlemen. Renee's just down to earth. She's taking care of all of us. We've just had the most amazing experience, from the hot air balloon ride to the camel ride to the dinner in the desert. It has just been great. Also, I recently retired, so traveling is freedom for me. It is the thing that I love to do more than anything at this moment, and meeting new people and seeing new places. But if you ever get the chance to travel with Renee and her team, they take great care of you. Just step out there and try it. Thanks.
Okay, I messed up. I was supposed to start from the beginning, but anyway. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so now you guys do see my screen, right? And Gina, you're the only one I can hear, so.
Oh, everybody else is on mute.
Right, so, but you do
Everybody
see my
on
screen.
mute.
You do see my screen though, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but I did want it to be where I can see if you guys make any comments, and I'm not sure how to do that. But you can comment in the chat. I guess we'll have to look at those at the end, because I don't get how I can do both at the same time. Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay, so a little bit about the Well Diva for those of you who don't know me and haven't traveled with us. That's me. I am the Well Diva. And the way I got into travel is in the 70s. My dad got a job in Saudi Arabia. We were living in California at the time. I was 10 years old when he got this call to go and interview for this job. He went to Boston for his interview. He never even got a chance to go to Saudi until he accepted the job. And that was his first time going over there. He took I think it was like a 9 or 10 month contract. And at the end of the contract, they renewed it. And at that point, he was able to bring his family over. But you could only go if you were immediate family, and if you were his wife, which my mom, and his kids only up to the 9th grade. So me and my mom went. I was in the 7th grade. My brothers did not go because they were in, I believe they were in high school at the time. So they stayed behind with family. So I had the experience of leaving the country for the first time and living overseas in a place where, it was a whole different language and everything was totally different. We did live on an American English-speaking compound. I did attend an English-speaking school, but I had the opportunity to make friends who were from Lebanon and Greece and India and all over the world. So coming from Oakland, California, to moving to this place where, I'm interacting with people of all these different cultures from all over the world, that had a huge impact on me. And so that is what gave me my absolute love for travel, because every time we left Saudi to come back to the US, or if we left to go on vacation, we went to a different country. So it was normal for us to just get up and go to Greece and get up and go to Egypt and all these different places that, I'd only seen on TV. So that became just our way of life. And so fast forward to, as an adult, I just had this passion for travel, and I kind of assumed everybody else did. And it took a minute for me to realize that that was actually very different. So this is a picture of one of the first group trips I organized. This was in 98, I believe. We went to France for my birthday. I on the right side, on the right of your screen, is my mom, and then next to her is my Brazilian exchange student. I just wanted to show her the world. She was staying with me for 10 months from Brazil, and we had been traveling the US just because I wanted to make sure she saw everything that she could see while she was here. And one day she was like, Renee, it would be really nice if we could go to France. And I'm just the type of person that's just like, well, why not? And so that's me in the middle. And then the other two ladies next to me, the three of us were working a temp assignment at WorldSpan. I don't know if you ever heard of WorldSpan, but it's a travel company where they manage like the ticketing for different airlines. I don't even know if they still exist. But anyway, we worked in the travel department at WorldSpan, where we handled ticketing for all of the employees. And I would see these tickets come through for all these places. And I guess I must have mentioned to my exchange student that, the people that work there, oh, they go to France and they go to Italy and all these places. So she mentioned France. Did you want to say something, Gina?
No.
Okay. And so I was able to get us some tickets to France for a really good price. And then the two ladies on the left of your screen, those are the ladies who work with me. And then all the way on the end was one of my mom's best friends. And that's her name's Sel. Sel ended up going with us on a Well Diva trip a few years ago. So anyway, I took this group. That was my first time organizing a group trip. And I mean, I organized it to a T, down to every little detail. I don't know where that came from, how I learned how to do it, but that's what I did. And so after my exchange student went back home, she was, sharing all of her wonderful experience. And she says, well, Renee, you have to come and visit me in Brazil. So that's a picture of me visiting her in Brazil. I planned that trip for me and my mom to go. And we stayed with her and her family in their home. And then we took a trek out into the rainforest, and we stayed in what I think you'd call it a tree house. I don't know. It was like you had to go climb all these stairs, and it was like a tree house. And it turns out it was the exact place where the crew for, if you remember the show Survivor, this is where the crew stayed when they filmed Survivor Amazon. So that was a really exotic experience. And so those were my early, travel planning experiences. And then if you fast forward a long way, Brazil was the last trip I took before I got married. And then not too long after I got married, 9 months later, we had our daughter, Candace. So that pretty much shut down travel. So I never really traveled again until Candace was old enough to go on a few trips, and we took a few family trips, a cruise to Mexico. Not much, because my then husband, he was not a big traveler. In fact, I helped him get his first passport. So he was not one that was familiar with travel. So we didn't do a whole lot of that. And so fast forward, Temecula was, what was that, Gina? That was my birthday, and it was 2017, I believe, 2016, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's Gina with the sunglasses. I'm in the middle, and then we have Jerry, who's our college classmate, and Phyllis. We had such an amazing time in Temecula. It was just a girls' trip. We went so that we could run the half marathon. That was me and Gina wanted to go do this half. Well, I wanted to go do this half marathon, and somehow I got Gina to do it with me. But that trip in Temecula was such an amazing experience,
Mhm.
what happened, Gina? We came back saying we gotta share this.
Yeah, we have to do it again.
We not only have to do it again, but we have to invite some more people. It was
Mhm.
just amazing. And it's funny, this picture, the ladies behind us, I said something that made them laugh. I think I called them glamazons or something. We were all just
Yeah.
cracking. So I'm glad he caught that, because that was a really good moment to catch. But it was such a wonderful experience, and that was what kind of got everything started. So after that, that was the first half marathon. And after that, I started doing a half marathon like every other month. And I remember it was a few months later, I was in San Francisco picking up my race bib to do a half marathon. Jen, did you see anybody trying to get in?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
Okay. So I'm at this half marathon in San Francisco. I'm picking up my race bib, and I'm talking to some ladies in line, and I have never met these ladies, but we're just talking. Now, I had always wanted to do retreats, like from some few years way before this, like 10 years before this. I was like, oh, I would love to do a wellness retreat, right? Just, you know, how you just you think something is just a far off dream, goal, whatever. So I never really, put it in motion, but I started really thinking about it. And after the loss of my daughter, because we had a second daughter, and so the Temecula trip was probably about 4 years after her passing, I guess. And I wanted to do a retreat, and I wanted to do it in memory of her. I wanted to do it like on the day of her passing, on the anniversary of her passing, because I knew that I needed something that would really lift me up to get me through that day. So every year I would try to do something that would just really make me happy, because the day of her passing and the day of her birth were the hardest 2 days for me. That's October 4 is the birthday, and February 4, she passed away 4 months later. And so those 2 days were just, unbearable. So I always wanted to do something really special on those days. So when I'm at this race in San Francisco, I'm in line, I'm picking up the race bib, and I'm talking to these two ladies, and I say, I just got back from doing the race in Temecula. We're comparing races, and I was like, oh, I really enjoyed Temecula. It was so gorgeous there. I had a great time. And I said, I'm thinking about doing a wellness retreat, and I'm either going to do it in Temecula or Sedona. I'm not sure which one. I've never been to Sedona. One of my girlfriends, she recommended it, but Temecula was just amazing. And one of the ladies says, oh, Sedona, hands down, you have to do it in Sedona. And I said, well, why? Because I'm kind of leaning towards Temecula. And she said, oh, it's just so serene. And I immediately just got chills, because this lady did not know, but my daughter's name was Serene, the daughter who passed that I wanted to do the retreat in memory of. Her name was Serene. So that just sealed the deal. And that is how we ended up doing our most spectacular first retreat in Sedona. And this is Jerry. She was in the other picture, the Temecula picture. She was my college roommate. And Jerry is the one who originally suggested that we do this retreat in Sedona. So there we are. And I don't know if you've seen this photo before. This was like one of our very first photos that we took, and it floated around Facebook for probably a whole year. But this retreat was so magical. It was like the Temecula experience, but on steroids. And we had such a wonderful time. It's the self-love and happiness retreat. And we ended up doing that same retreat again in Sedona the following year, that first weekend in February. And then we ended up doing it again. And every single time it was just more and more magical. And the connection, when I say magical, I'm really speaking of the connection between these ladies. It's like It's like magic. It's like, dang, how is it that these ladies who do not know each other come together and blend so well and just have such a great experience? I do not know how to explain it. But anyway, after going to Sedona again and again, and then I started to weave in other experiences, and I started to see travel as therapy. Things were just not what they should be at home. I wasn't happy with the job. I ended up leaving the job and doing travel full time. I wasn't happy in the marriage. So what I realized I was doing was I was packing in more and more trips so I wouldn't have to go home. So that's how I realized travel was my therapy. It was my getaway, my outlet, my happy place. And as you can see from some of these pictures, the experiences that we have, I mean, my God, some of these are bucket list experiences and once in a lifetime and memorable. This is the naming ceremony in Ghana on the left. Some of the ladies are taking care of the baby elephants in Thailand here. And I put this picture of myself in the middle because this was a photo shoot that I did by myself in Greece. And I had no idea how therapeutic that could be for me. I wrote a long post about it on Facebook afterwards, but it was a chance for me to just take care of myself. And I just felt so beautiful. And, I was like, I'm starting to feel like I like myself before I became a wife and mother. So it was just really a therapeutic experience for me. And then these photos of the ladies doing their camel trek in Egypt. So, that's a major experience. So anyway, the Well Divas, we truly are a sisterhood. I meant to change out some photos. You might see a couple of duplicates, so ignore that. But these ladies, I paired them up in Paris as roommates, and they were like a perfect fit. And that is something that happens a lot on our trips. This is Sheba. I get her and her sister's name mixed up, but this is Sheba. She's been on, I think, 3 or 4 trips just since her first trip with us in 2021. And we have watched her in her weight loss journey. She lost, Gina, was it like 60 pounds? I think.
I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, she just made this huge transformation. And we've just watched her just blossom into just a whole new person. Here we have a couple of founding members. They may be here tonight. I'm not sure. I hope y'all are here. But this is Glenisa and T. And they're a couple of our founding members, meaning that they joined us for something like 4 or 5 trips within the first 2 or 3 years. So there's only like 10 people in that small group. This is Dorette. We just love Dorette because she is just always laughing, and she is so fashionable. She's just a lot of fun. And this is Annette. She's another of our founding members. She's there with Gina, and they are making perfume in the south of France, which is one of the like specialty things that we like to do on our trips. So you see, I failed to change out all those photos, but here is Claudia. She is also one of our founding members. And this is Angela. She recently joined us, but Angela has already been on, I think, 2 or 3 trips with us. So as you can see, we have a lot of repeat members. And these are some of the places we have been. We have seen the world, and I'm just so excited about it because a lot of these ladies would not have gone out to see some of these places because they didn't have travel partners who wanted to do the same thing, or who could afford to do the same thing, or who wanted to have a luxury experience. And so that's why I created the group. I had this love of travel, and it was just so natural for me. So when I was turning 50, I invited something like 40 people to go with me to Dubai to celebrate my birthday. And for 2 years, I put it out there. And then when it was time to go, or when it was actually time to register for the trip, you had a year to pay. And I heard crickets, y'all. So starting this group, I know that I have helped some ladies to go out and see the world and not have to wait on someone else. You know, there are those of us who will go and do whatever. You know, I've been to India by myself, I've been to Thailand by myself, but then you have ladies who don't want to do that alone, and I understand them. And so I created this group for them. And it's mostly ladies who are, for the most part, now we're in our 50s. When we started the group, we were in our 40s. But now we're mostly in our 50s. We have some ladies in their 70s. We have some ladies in their 30s. And then we have some ladies who will come and bring their adult daughter. And we have some experiences where you can bring a male companion. This was Paris, Egypt. This was a recent retreat in Maui. These 2 trips we took this year. This was our second trip to Dubai. That was our first trip to Greece. This was this past year, we went to Ghana. That was an amazing experience. They're all amazing, but Ghana, that's just, it's on another level. This was India. The ladies just got back from India not too long ago. Thailand as well. This was a special event for the founding members. They went to Bali. This was our second trip to Cabo. That was Cuba for New Year's Eve. And then this was just this past July. We went to the south of France. There's so much more, but that's all I could fit on this page. Okay. A little bit more about Well Diva. We do care. This was a visit to, well, no, this wasn't a visit, but this is a project that we've sponsored in Ghana. When we were in Ghana, we did a naming ceremony way out in a small village called Togorme. And we've learned that in that village, they had a men's room, but they had no ladies' room. So the Well Divas got together and paid to have a ladies' room built in this village. So initially the price was going to be, oh, it's $100 per person if everyone in your group will pitch in. But only half of the group pitched in. So it ended up being like 200 and some odd dollars. But y'all, that's like what, a pair of shoes over here? So we pitched in and had that ladies' room built. So this is where they were starting construction on that. And I believe it's been completed. We'll get a chance to check it out on our next trip to Ghana. And then this is our girls' school in Kenya that we love to support. That's Shay Givens. She's the founder of the school. I met her in Sacramento one year. We were both doing a news segment on a local show, and we stayed connected through Facebook. And so whenever around the time of Serene's birthday, I will do a fundraiser. This year we are, you may recall the Telfar bag fundraiser we did for the school. And we've also done the popcorn fundraiser. But this time we're actually going to go and visit the school in February. So that's going to be exciting. And I will be sure to let you all know how you can support the school before we go. Okay. All right, so about Morocco, we have been 4 times to Morocco, and we go a different route. The first 2 times was back to back, the same route, and it was amazing. This is a photo from the second time when we went to the Sahara Desert. So that route was, you start in Marrakesh, and then you go into the Atlas Mountains, which is where the earthquake was recently. And that's another fundraiser we're doing. I'll have to share with you info about that, because you can still join in on that. And then we go over to the Sahara Desert. We stay a night and do glamping. And then we head on to Fez, and that's where you can visit the tannery. And then from there, we go to Chefchaouen, which that's here, the Blue City. And then from there, we head on all the way up north to Tangier, which is across the water from Spain. It's like something like 8 miles from Spain. And then from there, we head on home. So we did that twice. And then this was last year. We did a different route. We left Marrakesh and we went to Rabat and Casablanca, and you see this beautiful mosque behind me. That was like the highlight of going that route. We probably won't do that route again because we've done others and it was just not as fabulous. I think you want to visit Casablanca and Rabat if you're doing like a big 2 or 3 week tour of Morocco. But if you don't have as much time, I would say make sure you hit Marrakesh, maybe Fez, maybe the Sahara. But I'm just not a big fan of the Rabat and Casablanca route. This photo is another roommate pairing that I did, and these two, they are just inseparable. And then this was in the Sahara Desert on a camel trek. Okay.
Hi, I'm Manina Saunders, and I'm from Louisville.
Okay, you saw that already if you were here a little earlier, so I'm not gonna play that again.
Kentucky.
Well, let me see how I get past it.
Care of you.
Let me see if it.
I'm.
Oh Lord. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to the next screen. There we go. Okay, so then the most recent experience that we did in Marrakesh, in Morocco, is called the Luxe Experience. And the reason I created this particular itinerary is because I never feel like we get to spend enough time in Marrakesh. I love Fez too, but Marrakesh, it just seemed like there was so much more to offer. And we usually are so busy trying to get to the desert or so busy trying to get to Casablanca that we don't get to really fully experience Marrakesh. Now, like I said, this was our 4th time going. To me, this was the greatest itinerary. I just loved it. Although the Sahara Desert is definitely an experience not to be missed, this itinerary to me was my favorite. And that's because getting to the Sahara is no joke, okay? Just so you'll know, if you are interested in doing that, you're going to be taking some 6-hour drives. Not 1, but 2 or 3 6-hour drives when you do that itinerary. Whereas this one, you are just in Marrakesh the entire time. And there's so much luxury there. Like when you get to Marrakesh, it just looks like, okay, this just looks like another Middle Eastern country is what it looks like. There's, cobblestones and dusty roads, and it just doesn't look like it's all that glamorous. But as you go through and get to know all the little nooks and crannies, it's like things will look one way on the outside, and then when you get in the inside, you're like, what is this, some kind of best kept secret or something? That has been our experience with Morocco and Marrakesh. And I'm going to stop for a second because I wanted to see. Oh, hey, I see who's here now. I just wanted to see, who has traveled with us. I see T. I know you've been with us to Morocco a couple times, and I wanted to see if you were okay with coming on screen to share about your experience. Is that okay, T, or are you? I see you got a photo up there, so I don't know if you're available. Let me know. Let's see. Are you there, T? Can you hear me? I see a thumbs up. Okay, I don't know what that. So where'd she go? Oh, maybe she was having some technical difficulties. Oh, she said, okay. It doesn't even let me unmute you, which is weird. Oh, there she is. Okay. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me figure this out. It does. Oh, Gina, you have to do it. You're the you're the host.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Gina, for unmuting me. How are you? Hello. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm not camera ready. I just got in from work, but I will. I'm happy to share.
Okay, so T has been with us since 2018 or 18.
2018, yeah, for my 50th birthday.
2018, T visited us, yes, for her 50th. We celebrated at the Sedona Retreat. And we also saw T the following year, I believe, in Austin.
Correct.
Austin, Texas. We did a retreat there. So Leslie, you met T on that retreat.
Yes, hi,
And,
Leslie.
and since then, I feel like T has been on every trip, but I know that's probably true. But she has definitely become a true sister to the group. And she's also a founding member. And T has been with us to Morocco not once, but twice.
Yes.
And I would love for you to share about that.
Okay. Well, once again, good evening, everyone. My name is Tawana Dennis, but I go by T. And I've been on, I think, 7 or 8 trips with the Well Divas. And Morocco is absolutely fabulous. That's why I went twice. I did the first time. When did we go? Because we got caught with COVID, so we went in. Was it
last year?
2022?
Yeah, it was last year.
It was
last
2022.
April.
Yeah, right. I don't know why I thought it was further back, but when I got into Marrakesh, the customs agent, he did say to me, "Tawana, you're back again. You were here last year." I was like, "What?" And I said, "Yes, I was." So they just said, welcome back. But like I said, Morocco is absolutely fabulous. Did the first time we did the Marrakesh and Fez and Casablanca and Tangier, which I enjoyed Tangier. I thought that was very nice, right on the coast of Morocco, across from Spain. But we spent time in Marrakesh this time. So the best part of the trip was the Hotel Mumima, I think it is, where we had this fabulous brunch, and we were just had a great time there. And then also the Yves Saint Laurent museum was fabulous to see all the different designs that he did, the jewelry, the clothing, and that whole area is a strip there of shopping. And what else was there? The gardens were there as well. I just love that. So
and
I
the
did
Berber
Renee.
Museum.
I'm sorry?
And the Berber Museum.
Yes, and the Berber Museum was there. I just love the fashion of Yves Saint Laurent. So that was the highlight for me there. And the shopping on Rue Yves Saint Laurent. And then the other highlight was at the Janae Thompson, which is a resort owned by a Black woman. And we went there the previous year for dinner, but we stayed there 2 nights this time. And we did a cooking class and everything, and it was just fabulous. So we were all talking about how much fun we had there, how great it was. And I think that's why we're looking forward to maybe having a 5th trip to Morocco.
Yeah. Can't get enough. Thank you, T. I think,
Welcome.
yes, I do think Morocco is the place we have been the most times. I do think so. 4 times Morocco. I know we've been to Dubai 3 though. So we really like Dubai as well. Definitely. These are places that you can go and do it the same, or you can go and switch it up. I have one lady who actually has been to Dubai with me twice, and there's so much to do there that you could just switch up the itinerary. So it's not like you're just doing the same thing over. Claudia, I'm sorry, honey. I did not recognize you with the glasses. I had no idea that was Claudia. Hey, do you want to unmute? If so, Gina, unmute Claudia. Claudia is also a founding member.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Sorry you didn't recognize it with my glasses.
I did not. I was like, okay, whoever that is, she just came on camera. Great.
Yeah, so I've been to Morocco in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. This was right before COVID when we got back. A wonderful place. We did glamping actually in the desert. So that was really nice. That was the highlight for me. Like at first, I'm not an outdoorsy person, but when we got there, when I tell you they really zhuzhed it up, you were in the desert camping in, you know, these tents, fabulous. There was a pool in the desert. I mean, it, you know, and the men are just gorgeous, gorgeous, yes. Um, but it was nice, you know. Tia's laughing at me. But just like she said, you know, your Saint Laurent, the museum, the gardens that we did, top notch. What I will say to any newcomer that's, you know, on here, trust me, when you're with Renee, Gina, you're in a class of opulence, and you're in good hands. And you know, Renee mentioned the pairing of roommates, and she touched on that. T and I were paired together, and I have been on several trips, and I, knock on wood, all my roommates, we mesh very well. And we're lifelong friends. Nothing for me, I'm a firm believer it is nothing happens by chance.
Right.
Right. You know, and I will say T and I, we still connect. We were roommates in Ghana. We live in the same state. And so we're looking, you know, to meet up. But I will say, you guys, you're in good hands. The places that we go, it's not like every other group that you'll see. We experience things in a different camera, different lens. And it's Well Diva for a reason. What can I say?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and it's like you said, things happen for a reason. And I think that's why I don't want to say like have short patience. I don't want to say that, but if someone doesn't get the vibe, it's okay. This ain't the group for you. You know? It's like if you get it, you get it, and you know this is the group for you, you know? And if you got like reservations, you know, you get what you expect. I'm a firm believer of that. And so if you expect to have a good time and if you expect to connect with ladies, that is exactly what you're gonna get. And if you don't and you come along anyway, you know, just listen to your own spirit. That's what I say. You know, if you're gravitating towards us, come on, we would love to have you. But if if you're weary of us, I'm not about like trying to beg and convince and all that. I feel like if you go where you're supposed to be, you're gonna enjoy yourself. And we truly do enjoy ourselves on these experiences. Hey, Tori, I see you there. Tori and I actually met in Dubai, and she's going to join us on the Kenya trip coming up next year. Okay, so I'm going to go on back to my presentation. I'm just looking around because I'm trying to make sure I say hello to everybody. Hey, Samsung, I think I said hi to you. Hi, Melody. Hi, Carmen, if I didn't say hello. And hi, Teresa as well. Okay. All right, let's see. We'll go back to where was I? I was right here. Well, I thought I was. Okay, yes, you see my screen, right? Gina? Hello? I don't know how to get back to my presentation, y'all.
Well, it says Renee has started screen sharing, but
yeah, but I don't see the presentation. Like, where did it go? Sorry, my desktop looks so crazy.
well, we actually don't see it.
Oh, good.
Just real quick, T, did you have a comment about roommate matching?
Yes, I just wanted to share with about Claudia and I. So I usually have my own room, but for Ghana, I was roommates with Claudia. So the roommate matching, it really works. We hit it off right away. Everyone thought that we were either sisters or we knew each other from before, but we just had a great time as roommates. And like she said, we both live in the same state. So we talk on the telephone all the time. Sometimes she'll call me, I'll talk her home from one of her adventures in New York, or I'll call her and she'll talk me home from work. So yeah, the roommate matching works well. And as Renee said, you'll meet lifetime friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the roommate matching, as long as I have enough people to work with, I really get into it. Like, I mean, if I just have, 2 people who need a roommate, that's it. I'm sorry, I can't work no magic there, but usually that works out too. But if I have like, 6 or 8 people who need a roommate, I'm like having a ball with that. Because I really get into it. I want to know what's your zodiac sign? How old are you? Do you snore? What temperature do you like? Like, I have a whole list of questions. And then I also will go on your Facebook page and get to know you if I don't already know you. I can really, people can really get to know you through Facebook if you post a lot. So I ask you to, add me as a friend, and then I just go and study. Like, I get real detailed with it, and you can tell because the roommate matching is real good. As long, like I said, as long as I have enough people to work with, it works out really nicely. Okay, I'm gonna try again to find okay, there's my presentation. Now, how did I do that? Hold on, I'm gonna try this again. And I actually think I'm actually almost done, but yeah. I think I only had one slide left, so I don't even have to pull that back up, okay? All right, so you see, what do you see? You see all the squares of everybody? Okay, cool. We'll just leave it at that because I was pretty much done with that. So with this experience, the Marrakesh experience, we're looking at going for New Year's Eve 2024, not this year, next year. 2024, we're looking at December 27th through January 2nd. And if I can, hold on, I want to, oh, there it is. I don't need that now. Okay. Oh, here it is. But anyway. NYE 2025. I think that's it. Or NYE 25. Okay, y'all see it? Gina, you see it? Hello? Okay, hopefully y'all can see my screen. Gina, did I lose you? You could y'all could write in the chat if you see my screen, because I can see the chat. Okay, cool. All right, so with this experience, I have just tweaked it a little from the recent experience, because I looked at some things on the survey the feedback that I got back from the ladies who went. And then I also know on my side what I have to deal with, and, just wanted to make it a really smooth experience for you all. And so the dates again, December 27th through January 2nd, 2025. How does that sound? You can put your comments in the chat. I can see the chat if you have anything you want to say about that. And then, okay, so for this experience, the difference this time is we will do 6 days in the Medina. And the Medina is that big area that's like it's like a big city, a big walled city. It's that old historical part of Marrakesh where you'll see the snake charmers, which most of us are not into that, but that's over on one side. But you can do all the shopping for the rugs. And I also discovered this wonderful little perfume house. So I want to add that on to the itinerary because that's something we didn't get to do. And also with it being 6 nights, we will have more time to visit Rue YSL, because that was the part that on this past trip, we were kind of rushed and had to come back the next day. So I've tweaked the schedule so that we can have some more time over there. And this time we will not be staying at Jinan Tamsna as a group. I'm going to allow you to book that as an add-on. And the reason is because Jinan Tamsna is partial to buyouts. And we ran into a bit of a problem. We had our rooms booked and we were supposed to stay 3 or 4 nights. And then all of a sudden they call us and say, hey, we've got to move your group. We've got a buyout. And they changed our schedule and they cut our trip down to 2 nights. And I am just not interested in risking that again, because that was very, very, very frustrating, very disappointing that happened. And I don't have a promise that won't happen again. If I had a group of maybe 100 people, then they probably, they would not do that. But because I have smaller groups, there's no guarantee that won't happen again. So what I'm going to do is just have our 6 nights in Marrakesh. And it's a wonderful full experience. We'll go over to Janae for dinner as we always have done. So we've done that 2 years in a row. We went to Janae, had dinner, enjoyed being there for the evening, and came on back to our Riyadh. It was just this year that we stayed at Janae for a couple of nights. And it's a great experience to stay, but I'm going to leave that to you to book separately on your own if you would like to add that experience onto your package. If you don't, again, you'll still have the opportunity to visit and have dinner there, which is really the highlight, is that dinner there, if you ask me. But it is a very nice place if you decide you want to stay there as well, okay? We also, let me see, go back over here. Okay, so we have the 6 nights in Marrakesh. We will have dinner parties, including a dance show. And then as T mentioned, the brunch at La Mamounia was phenomenal. And if you are one of the ladies to go ahead and register early bird, you will get brunch included in your package. We always have a tour of the Medina. And we have a really nice Moroccan urban spice day where you sit for a presentation, you learn all about all these wonderful herbs and spices and how they are used in wellness and beauty in Morocco. And then you get to shop and purchase whatever you want from the spice shop. Here we visit the Margerot Garden and Yves Saint Laurent, as we mentioned earlier, and the Berber Museum. The Moroccan rug presentation is really nice. We always go to the same guy. The first year, I think we went to the first 2 years we went somewhere else because we were up in the mountains. But these last couple of times we visited a guy in the Medina. I'm waiting on my rug to arrive now that I ordered on the last trip. Like, how many rugs can you have in your house? But anyway, and then I have here the dinner party at Jinan. I have tentative because I do need to finalize whether or not that's going to happen, because like I said, they can pop up and cancel you, but I would have another dinner party if that happened. Okay. So what's not included: gratuities, your flights, airport transfers, meals that are not listed, and then beverages with meals are not usually included when we go to Morocco. let's see, experience enhancements. So there will be lots of add-ons aside from your stage, and 9 times now you can add on a balloon, hot air balloon flight. So I make these things optional because I don't want people to feel like, okay, I got to pay for this, I got to do this. And you may not want to do a hot air balloon flight. Spa treatments, usually everybody wants to do that, but you have different things that you'll want to do. So those will be added on. A camel trek is an add-on just because not everybody wants to do that. And then there'll be 1 or 2 different day trips that you can do as well. So these are the things that are not included, okay? And so here's the pricing for this experience. It's a 6-night stay. It includes daily breakfast and a couple of really glamorous dinner parties. And for those who are here, I would like to also offer you $300 off of this price if you are ready to register. And I'm going to check the chat and see if we have any comments there. I'm glad you like the dates. Yes, New Year's Eve with the Well Divas. We have done that a couple of times and it has been really nice. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you can go and access that. Now, we put this together really quickly as far as updating that info. So if you see any discrepancies and mistakes, let us know, because we might have missed something. Something might say 2023 or something. You just might see something that's a little off. How do I get to the chat? Why don't I see chat? Because I want to put the link in the chat and I don't see how to do that. Very strange. Where's the daggone chat?
See if I can put it in there.
It's welldiva.com/NYE2025. There it is. Ah, okay. I got it.
Okay.
So any questions, ladies? Yes, the price is always per person. And there is a payment plan for up to, what is it, like 9 months or something, Gina?
11.
11-month payment plan. Airlines, good question. So if we get a little bit closer to travel, and you haven't bought your tickets, we will suggest a group flight. But we did Delta, didn't we, for this one? Do you remember? I think I did Delta, and I think most of the group did Delta. T, do you put in
And
the
there's
chat?
American.
You can unmute. You can unmute T. Maybe she'll tell us what flight she took.
Yes, I don't remember.
Anybody need to be unmuted, let us know.
Yeah, so I took Air France, which was great. I was pleased with the service, and Delta goes there as well. So a lot of most of us, we met up in Paris, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, Jermaine, Delta, Air France, and KLM are all affiliated. So yes, that's usually that's probably the most popular for that route. I went straight from Atlanta to Paris. Yep. And then from Paris to Marrakesh is just another 4 hours, I believe, 3 hours. So it's not too bad. Let's see. Okay, British Airway and Iberia go that route as well. Yes, we have taken them in the past, and I think that's why we didn't mention them, because yeah, we had some issues.
Iberia, their online customer service.
And apparently they did us dirty because I forgot all about. I blocked them out. It was that bad.
Right.
I remember coming back from Morocco. Something happened with the group. I wasn't on their flight, I think, or I was on their flight, but when we got to New York, I was staying the night and they were taking connecting flights. I think that's what it was. And the flight was delayed, so they missed their connecting flight. And Iberia, all of a sudden, they didn't speak English anymore when it was time to compensate them for that. So I really didn't like the way they handled that. And that's what it was. I remember it's coming back to me now. We don't do business with them because of the way they did that. We just kind of just said, forget them, you know, because we had done quite a few group trips with them. And I really didn't like the way they handled that. So you're trying to go to Portugal. Any idea if that's a good time to visit Portugal? It's going to be cold, I believe. And if that's okay, then go for it. But, you know, I just like to think that you will be able to visit Portugal another time and really enjoy it. Portugal deserves to be more than a side trip. That's just me. That's just my mindset. You know, I'm just like, you know, I'm getting away from we're only gonna go there once, unless it's something really like way out like the Sahara. But Portugal, I think you would want to spend more than a side trip there, you know? Although you could go and be like, okay, I just want to go check it out real quick. I'll be back next year or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's close enough to do that. And I think it's like maybe $100 or something to get a flight. Yeah, so I mean, you can check into it. You got Portugal there, you have Spain, of course. You could go up to France. You can definitely add on a trip, or you may want to add on stay at Janaine and just, you know, do that instead. Yeah, or you may want to visit another part of Morocco. Now, have you been? You're on mute, Jermaine. Take Jermaine off mute.
I was trying. Oh, there she is.
Okay, thanks. No, I've never been to Morocco. I had gone to Spain, to Malaga, Spain, and then I think that's when Ebola had come out, and so I didn't want that stamp of Africa on my passport, so I elected not to go, and I hated that I missed it.
Well, it's still there. You didn't miss it. You just put it off a little bit.
Yeah. So this time I'm going.
Okay, sounds good. Tori, anything from you? Because I know you were waiting to hear the dates. You want to take Tori off mute? Tori, you still there?
I'm just going to check and see. Hi, I'm just going to check and see if I'm able to get coverage. Is the arrival date on the 27th or is it on the 28th?
Yeah, that's the arrival date. The dates that we list are going to be the date, the arrival and departure dates. And again, if you want to add Janaine on, once we get in the group, like say once we all get together and see how many are going, if you want to discuss whether to add it to the beginning or the end, but I would assume y'all would want to add it to the end because prior to that, it's too close to Christmas.
Right.
Unless you just want to be there for Christmas, then that's another story. But I was, I'm thinking the second and third, or second, third, fourth, whatever, however you want to do that. Okay. But I put the link in there, didn't I? Yeah. So there it is. And again, we're taking $300 off for those who get in early bird, which is on the call. And I'll leave that discount up for a few days. If you want to jump in and grab it, go ahead and do that. And then we can go for it from there. Okay. Any other questions? Claudia, you trying to go to Morocco again? And T, you going for a third time? I don't blame you. I've been 4 and I'm gonna go again. Think nothing of it. Oh, can you take Claudia off mute?
Oh yeah, sorry.
And just click the raise your hand button, I think.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted to come on and, meet the lovely ladies who are considering going and just sharing my experience with them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, ladies, that's pretty much it for tonight. And Gina, you want to share the discount code?
The discount code is live call. So
no caps?
All caps, LIVECALL.
Okay, so that is good for tonight, and most likely tomorrow night, it'll cut off at some point, but it's okay.
Right.
It's available for at least a few days. All righty. All right. Anybody thinking that, this is going to work for you? Will we be bringing in the new year together?
That's right. I hope so.
Jermaine, and I know you had a couple of friends who you said they may be interested, huh?
Mhm.
Yes, unfortunately, it looks like they couldn't make it, but they're all, when I sent it to them, they're very excited about it. So I'm going to
Okay, well, I think that we are recording this session, so I may be able to share it. Hopefully.
be great.
Also,
You did that,
Jermaine,
yeah, this recording.
Jermaine, did you invite some friends to the Travel Adventures Facebook group? Was that you?
I don't think I did.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I saw your name a few times. So
Oh, you know what? I could have. I'm sorry.
okay. Okay, no problem. So I'll make sure that they get in the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Samsung, that's Sharita. I forgot how you say your name.
Yeah, that's your reading.
Can you take her off mute?
I am. Trying to.
Yes, it's Sharita.
Hey, Sharita, are you trying to join us for New Year's Eve?
I am really inclined. I told you my only reservation is my mom, but
Oh, yeah.
I think, I was told by one of my aunts, your mom's going to live to be 99, so you may as well just go ahead and do what you need to do. So
Enjoy life, huh?
enjoy life. Yes.
Okay. Well, I definitely can understand the reservation there. So hopefully that will work out for you. All right. And Melody, we have not heard from you. How are you? We can't even see you. Can you unmute Melody?
No visas, no special visas required.
No visas, no vaccines and all that. Quintessa, anything you want to say or ask?
I just unmute all. I can't see.
Yeah, you can. I just don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, girl.
You don't see it?
No, I don't see it.
Hi, it sounds like a good trip. It sounds like it's going to be fun. I'm going to try and make it.
All right, all right. We look forward to meeting you.
Definitely. Sounds like a nice group of people.
Oh, yeah, it's a great group of ladies. And this is just a small portion.
Right. I have to give a shout out to Claudia. She's another one of the Well Diva team that takes care of us.
Yeah, Claudia actually, she will do, she'll lead the group with us sometimes too. Yes.
Mhm. When we were in Egypt, she was going from room to room with her humidifier and herbs.
Yes, Claudia is definitely gonna make sure you will.
That's right.
Yes.
And that's how the ladies are. I mean, it's like, really, really caring for each other.
Yeah, we become a little a family, a pack. We look out for each other. We come in as strangers, but when we leave as family. We connect. There's a few of us here on the East Coast. They meet, we meet. I was just looking at Chantel and Angela flew from, I think she's in LA.
Houston.
Yeah, and she flew to I think Virginia, somewhere where Chantel is, and meetups. So again, you're meeting friends, and to Samsung, I was just saying to someone, guys, we all know tomorrow is not promised. You can't put off and say, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Step out on faith, and do it. Take that opportunity. They say you don't save that dress for an occasion, you wear it because you just don't know whether or not you'll ever get that opportunity again. So definitely seize the moment, and enjoy life. We work hard, we sacrifice, we take care of our families, our loved ones, and it's time that we start that self-care and putting that mask on our face and enjoying life, because that's what we work for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Yeah, I was trying
Yeah.
to say something. I don't remember now, but anyway. All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank you, thank you.
It's been a
Thank
good
you.
evening, and definitely let us know if you have any questions, and keep that code. It was, I forgot already, live call, all caps. That will take $300 off of this experience for you, okay?
Mhm, mhm.
All righty, y'all take care. Have a good night.